And we are live. What's up, Dave?
What up?
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
How you
I'm feeling
feeling right
great,
now?
man. I'm feeling awesome.
Tell the truth. Are you
How
nervous?
do I feel, man?
Yeah.
All right, I feel a little nervous. A little bit.
A little nervous.
But
Just keep the microphone close. Yeah.
We're going to feel, I'm going to feel
Yeah.
right now. I'm feeling nervous.
Nah,
But we're
it's
going to
fine.
feel awesome when we, keep it moving.
Start momentum and everything. Yeah. And yeah, man, but thank you for coming on. Thank you for, believing in this project. I think I spoke to you about this podcast. Did we talk about the podcast that day when we met?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
We did, right?
Yeah.
Because I was trying to remember. I was like, did I touch on the podcast? Because at the time, I hadn't done it for a while, for like months and shit.
Yeah.
So then I finally picked it back up, and now, in the new studio and the new setup, and then gradually I want to, build onto it. I don't know if you saw my tweet about like every 10 episodes, I want to add something to the studio.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's kind of like a reward system for me as well. It kind of keeps me like motivated.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But no, yeah. So what made you, I kind of like to ask every guest this, like what made you want to come on the podcast? Because it clearly, like, it's not something that you get asked a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like not a lot of people like go up to you and be like, yo, do you want to do a podcast? So I'm just always curious about why people are down to come on.
It's something cool to be a part of. You never know. You might want to see yourself 5 years, 10 years from now on a podcast and be like, oh, shit, that's pretty cool that I did that back then. Because now I get a lot of people looking at my, Instagram, my photography, etc. or whatever I'm doing. It's pretty cool. You can be like, oh, yeah, I was in this guy's podcast.
Yeah,
He's pretty cool people.
Yeah.
Maybe I should bring him to my own podcast once I make one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it's also good for you to kind of reflect too, right? Like you look back in 5 years and then you're like, holy shit, like I changed a lot from the Dave I am today to the Dave I was, 5 years ago. Because I'll do that with the podcast that I've done. The first 10 ones, I'll look back today and it's been maybe a year, and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm a completely different person. Like I don't even recognize who I was back then. I'm like, fuck.
It's like when you hit the gym, right?
Yeah.
And you see progress every not every day, but like every week or a few days
weeks.
Or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, like this was me back then, now this is me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would go on that topic right now about fitness, because I've been lacking a lot of
activity and everything.
Activities and all that stuff. I stay active? Yeah, don't get me wrong, I stay active. I walk to New York. I mean, I don't walk to New York. I take the train to New York. I walk a lot in New York, for photography, taking pictures.
Yeah.
If I have a client I have to go, do a photo shoot for, I walk to my destination, or, take a lift and then walk to the destination.
Yeah. Let's actually talk about that. How do you do it? Because to me, having a car, like I can't imagine myself not having a car. It's like a car, it plays such a crucial role in my life. For example, like if I had to rely on like Lyft and Uber all the time, I'd probably go crazy, I think.
For me, I don't really give a fuck.
Okay.
If I don't have a car, honestly, I'll make it somehow.
Yeah, just like make it happen somehow. Yeah.
I'll make it somehow. But if I really if I have to go somewhere deep, and I need a car, I'll be like, yo, I'll hit up my boy and be like, yo, I'll pay you $30 to $40 if you bring me here and back.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't really mind not having a car right now.
Yeah.
Would I need a car in the near future? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't rely on everyone.
Of course.
Yeah. That being said, I might need a car in the future just because of what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah.
I just don't want to not have a car, and
100%.
because you have the buses, you have Lyft, you have that, all that together. Obviously, you're gonna be spending money.
It all adds up.
Yeah, it's gonna add up in the end how much money you spent.
Yeah.
On all this stuff like taxis, Lyft, Uber, buses, stuff like that. It's all gonna add up. So for me, it's gonna be a good investment for myself
100%.
to get a car and my goddamn license.
So you still didn't get your license?
Okay, so this is what happened.
That's crazy.
I was in high school, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I guess because I was making making fun of some girl because she didn't know what like a stop sign was.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. I guess that karma bit me in the ass and be like, yo, like, I know you know the answers, but like, we're going to make you feel stupid and get you like half of the answers wrong so you won't pass the test.
So that was in high school. Oh, so you think that was the reason why you still didn't get your license?
I mean, I know how to, I don't know if I should say this, but I know how to drive a car.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. It's not like I don't. I mean, there was one time actually, I kind of fucked up. Mm-hmm. Cause it's a regular car, a Mazda 2008 car, and I wasn't, looking back,
checking all.
Yeah, corners, so I checked the mirrors and all that stuff, like the rear view mirror, but at the same time, I didn't, how they go back like this one arm and looking. Yeah. So I didn't do that
either. Yeah,
I hit the sidewalk. I mean, everybody does it once in a while,
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I know how to control a vehicle.
Okay. How old are you again?
I'm 23.
23.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you
Sagittarius
don't have
filming.
Do you believe in horoscopes?
No, that's all bullshit. To me, like, a lot of people are like, oh, what's your sign? I'm like Sagittarius, but I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, oh, you're a Gemini. That's cool, bro. I'm glad you actually believe in what you are.
That's crazy to me, too. Yeah, horoscopes are always a big topic for me. Like, they're always... Because you'll go on social media, you'll go on Twitter, and just like you said, people will, like, especially girls.
Yeah.
They'll approach you, and the first thing that they'll ask is like, "Oh, when's your birthday?"
Exactly.
And then they'll try to figure you out
Yeah.
basing off of the date that you were born.
Exactly, and that to me, it doesn't make sense because then you're just judging what I am.
Yeah.
As a, you're not judging me as a person. You're judging me because of my sign.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
That to me,
it's stupid.
It is. Because if you want to get to know a person, like, talk to them.
Have a conversation.
Have some coffee over or whatever. I don't care what you do. But as long as you have a conversation and, face to face without having to ask what the fuck your sign is, it's weird. That to me is really weird.
No, yeah. And I think that people like to, they have this tendency to put people in boxes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like confine you into a certain space and say like, oh, like you're a Sagittarius, so you're gonna present certain characteristics.
Exactly.
That, like people like to predict things. They like what's predictable.
Exactly.
But it's funny though because all of Twitter. Do you use Twitter a lot?
Yo, Twitter. I use that just to read people's tweets because they're funny. Mm-hmm. They're hilarious. Yeah. But just obviously, comedy. I make some stupid mistakes on Twitter too. Everybody does. But at the end of the day, like, honestly, if you go back to your history on Twitter, you would literally laugh at yourself.
Yeah, I did that recently. And I found like a few motivational stuff, but a lot of things that I would read, I would just cringe. I'll be like, who the fuck was this kid? Like,
yo, I went back to my Facebook.
Fucking crazy. Yeah.
And I'm like, who was this kid? Yeah, what was he doing?
Who did you think you were?
Exactly. Like, you were like what?
Yeah. It's just something about looking into the past that always like fascinates me.
Yeah. Because remember, you learn from the past, obviously.
Yeah.
Like the little mistakes that you've done in the past, you can fix them yourself if you want. Yeah. A lot of people don't tend to do that because they're just like, fuck it, I'm done with this shit.
Why do you think they do that?
I guess because they just give up on hope. Because they feel like they can't do it anymore. They're like, I've just fucked up. That's it. My life is over. A lot of people put themselves down.
Okay.
Even me sometimes. I put myself down, like, not every time, but like certain points in my life, I put myself down. And it's so bad because the mental health, like I was saying before, it gets to you. It's going to bring you down. It's going to knock you the fuck out. And then you're going to be like, sad all the time. What I do for that mental health stuff, like I get depressed sometimes. It hits me out of nowhere. I sometimes run, to get that shit out of me. Or go to the gym sometimes, watch movies that, that are inspired, that inspire you.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But that being said, What was that again? I lost my train of thought.
About just taking yourself out of that zone.
Take yourself out of that because it's not good for you. You want to live. You don't want to live forever, but you want to live a healthy life and not be depressed all the time. You want to be
as best as you can.
Yeah. Because not a lot of people want to hang around with people that are depressed all the time. It's bad energy.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's why when I'm with like people I know, right? I try to like get back into like reality instead of being in that depression mode, because sometimes when I'm around people, sometimes it just hits me out of nowhere, and I hate it. I hate that a lot. Because it's not good. So I just try to get away from it as quick as possible. 100%.
And especially in your line of work, that kind of depends on networking and meeting people. Just like you said, if you're a depressed photographer and content creator and creative person, then nobody's going to want to work with you. It's
exactly.
It's like, why would you? Yeah.
Depression comes in like, okay, let's say we're doing a shoot and you're depressed, right? Sometimes that depression could help you by doing a deep picture.
Introspective.
Exactly.
Piece.
But not all the time. You can't be just, constantly be depressed all the time. You got to be in a happy mood. You can be in a happy mood and do those depressing stuff.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. And I don't even see it necessarily as like depressive stuff. Like I see it more as an introspective take. So like if you want to do a more serious, a more thoughtful, introspective take of like just thinking, or even a depressive, I guess, shoot. I don't know. Because like photography to me is very, just like any other form of art, just like painting, just like drawing, capturing a moment and capturing a feeling. Like that to me has always been fascinating. It's like being able to capture someone that's happy, capture someone that's sad, capture someone that's depressed, capture a mood in a point in time. Like that's just like my main takeaway with like photography and everything, But taking yourself out of that state of mind, out of that dark place, like escape from it. Like go walk, go run, go watch movies, go watch motivational videos, go do something. And I think that everybody needs like a form of therapy too. Like this podcast is, in a sense, my personal therapist, you know, because like I'll talk to people.
Exactly.
And it's not like talking like DMing or social media or anything along those lines. That's very superficial. It's kind of like, texting and all that stuff. Like I try to stay away from that.
Yeah.
I prefer like human interactions, like real shit.
Yeah. Face-to-face conversations are always good.
And they're good because you can get past the superficial aspect of a conversation nowadays. It's like after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you actually start, engaging with the person. You actually start, just having a deep conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
It's always good to have conversations in front, face-to-face, Yeah. I mean, it can be about anything, honestly.
About anything, which is what this podcast is about, kind of. Yeah. With that said, like, what's the reason why... I mean, you spoke before that on dropping out of college, right?
Yeah.
So what were you majoring in?
Therapy.
Therapy?
Sports training therapy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like physical related stuff. Mm-hmm. What made you get into that area?
I played sports all my life.
What sports did you play?
I played football.
Football.
Soccer when I was 5. Basketball.
Okay.
Baseball. What else did I do?
So you were always, a lot of sports. Always very
active.
Active.
Yeah.
Okay.
All those things taught me a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up with just me and my father, I wasn't always that kid that always listened to his father and stuff like that. Yeah. So that kind of taught me to be a better person now than I was before.
How so?
Because back then I felt like I didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad, like he was like, "Yo, be home at this certain time, this and that," and me, I was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna be home at this time."
So you were always against authority.
Yeah, kind of. And that to me, when I got older, I was like, "Yo, I'm a piece of shit," literally
for treating your dad like
treating my dad like shit, and now, like, I look at my dad, and if, like, he ever leaves me, like, not, like, leave, like, to move to another town or this and that.
But, like leaves, like, forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'll be upset.
Yeah.
Like, me moving to Florida right now, like, in August, am I going to be, like, sad? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
that man took care of me from day one. He spoke to me about this and that. You know, how to be kind to people, and, you know, how to talk to them, all that stuff. And I've always listened to him, but what's it called? There's boundaries for that, you know, like within that. If people talk bad to you, you know, I'm gonna let it go. But if you keep talking to me rude, I'm gonna, you know, step up.
React to it.
You know? But like my dad always told me, respect anyone. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But if they're disrespecting you, that's when you put your foot down. Yeah. You know? So
what do you think, like, why do you think that you had that initial rebellion against your dad? Like, where do you think that stems from?
He had a very tough life.
Okay.
So, like, now I understand that where he came from. He went to the army when he was younger.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So
U.S. Army?
No, he was born in Guatemala.
Okay.
So he went to the army there. So he told me stories, and I felt bad because of what he went through. I wouldn't be here today
if it wasn't for him.
Because he almost got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And when he told me that, I instantly started crying because he had it tougher than I did. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Obviously, he grew up with his mom and his dad. And, you know, like I said, if he ever leaves me, I wouldn't know how to, like, act. I would be just like, I guess I would lock myself in a room and not talk to anyone. But then again, I would have to get out of that room eventually.
Yeah. So what's your relationship with your mother?
My mom? Yeah. I don't talk to her. Okay. I don't talk to my mom a lot just because she loved my dad and me when I was 1. And then when I got older, I was like, all right, I guess, you know, you don't want to call me. You don't want to text me how I'm doing. Even though you have my number, you do not want to talk to me. And it hurts.
No, of course.
It fucking hurts.
Yeah.
There was this one episode from Will Smith, and he said to Uncle Phil, how come you don't love me no more? You know?
Is it the episode when his dad leaves him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And every time I watch that, I cry.
Me too.
Because like, you have my number.
Yeah.
And you don't text me. You don't call me. You don't ask me how I'm doing. But yeah, I go to your house because I want to see you. I want to, you know, talk to you. But then again, you just, you know, you're there. And then I end up chilling with my brothers.
She lives in Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it hurts a lot, man. It's very difficult for me because growing up with my dad, he always used to put me in, you know, he always used to get babysitters. And, you know, him spending money on me like that. Yeah. I didn't want that. You know, like, I wanted my mom back.
No, of course.
And I asked my dad, how come she didn't, like, love me enough for me to, like, you know, at least be together with you and her in my life. And that hurt a lot. And so when I got older, I was like, you know what? At this point, if she doesn't want to talk to me, I'm fine. Yeah. If I make money, I make money. Like, if she asks me for money, yo, like, what are you doing? Yeah. You know? Like, now you want to be in my life because I'm making September money, you know? Yeah. Like, it doesn't work like that. It should never work like that. I don't care that you're going through shit.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, you love me, and I'm not gonna be doing the same thing because I'm not an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna get treated how you treated me.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, that's just how it is.
So, are you the only child from your dad and your mom?
No. I have 2 sisters. They live in Guatemala right now. They're doing good for themselves, actually. One's in engineering, and I think the other one, if I'm not mistaken, she wants to be a nurse.
Oh, that's good.
My brother, he's 18. He graduated high school this year.
He lives
with my mom.
Okay.
And I don't know what he's gonna be doing with his life, but I told him, do better than me. Don't drop out of college. I want him to be 20 times better than me because I know he can.
Okay.
And then my half brothers, they're young. One's 10, the other one's probably my bad. The one's 12 and the other one's like 8 or 9. But yeah, they're cool and they're chilling. Fucking smart kids.
Yeah.
Really smart kids. So I hope they do good too.
Yeah. And you have a good relationship with them, even though they're not
really like.
Yeah, they're your half brothers, but you still sustain a relationship.
Yeah, with them. I have a good relationship with them. I chill with them whenever I can. Whenever I go down to my mom's, I play video games with them. I tell them what's up. I tell them like, if you need help, I got you.
Yeah.
Just because you're half, doesn't mean I'm not gonna help you out.
Yeah.
If you're getting jumped out there, I'm gonna jump in too.
Yeah.
If you're having money problems, I'm gonna help you, but you gotta help yourself get up.
Yeah.
So
it's very interesting, like the whole story, because generally when you talk about a parent, quote unquote, abandoning a child, like it's generally the father that does it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's generally like, oh, like my dad left me or whatever. Because I personally, I didn't grow up with my dad. So my dad left my mom when I think I was 1 or 2, and yeah, like it or not, we like to say that, oh, like I don't really care, it doesn't really matter or whatever, but
it does.
Deep down inside, it does. Like it does, affect you in some shape or form in your character development and your character building. But that's interesting, man. That's did she have like, I don't want to say a reason to leave, but do you think she had a reason to leave, or do you think that, because it's obviously all about perspective, right? So it's like you can say like, oh, like she didn't have a reason to leave, like she left because she was this or that, but maybe she has a reason to leave. Like, have you guys ever had a conversation? Because before we were talking about how people nowadays don't really have a conversation about things. Have you ever like had a conversation about it? I had a
conversation with her with this once, and I asked her like, why did you leave me? Why did you leave me and Dad? And she kind of told me, but at the same time, she didn't want to tell me the truth.
So you didn't really buy into this story?
Yeah, I did not buy it at all, man. Like, I literally, like, I was like, you're bullshitting me right now, bro. Like, sometimes I bullshit. Like, so that's why I told her, like, I like, yo, you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Yeah.
You really can't. Like, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes I bullshit myself around, but, like, not to the extent, like, crazy. But, like, you got me?
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't buy anything she was telling me. Like, honestly, I'm like, yo, you're straight up a liar. Like, you're lying to my face. Like.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, she I guess the right word would be, like, she'd show no sympathy. So, like.
To your case and your situation.
Yep. So, I was like, I bet. And then when I started making money, she was like, yo, when can I get some? And I'm like,
oh, really? She asked you for it?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, word. It's like that. And I'm like, you're bugging.
Yeah.
You're like straight bugging.
Yeah. And you touched before on how you want your brother to, go through college and stuff. I want him to be
20 times better than me. Because I know he can. So,
your opinion on college. Why did you drop out?
I dropped out because it wasn't for me. I didn't want to be stuck in an office or stuck just in one place. I want to discover the world. With photography, that would help me a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I can do shoots in Dubai, Fiji, Thailand, you know, or
travel.
Or like back to my country. I haven't been there in 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see my sisters, you know, I want to take pictures over there too as well.
Yeah.
You know, show a lot of people where I travel, you know, what they're missing out, to motivate people
Of course.
to get their asses off their couches and be like, yo, you can do this too.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
you can do it as a hobby. It doesn't have to be a job.
Yeah.
You know,
and you can eventually turn any hobby into a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just got to have the right mindset.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, I pick photography because it helps me, you know, with a lot of things. And I can be artistic if I want to, you know. I have the vision for it. I didn't just pick photography because it's, oh, yeah, I get to meet cool celebrities. Nah, I don't care about celebrities, to be honest with you. Like, I saw Odell Beckham at iPic Theaters. I'm like, oh, it's Odell Beckham. Yo, like, he's just chilling. Let him rock, you know? Like, let him watch a movie. Yeah, you can say what's up to him, you know, afterwards probably, or at the games that he plays in, you know? Or Tracy Morgan, you know? You can say, you know, when you go to the table, do you need anything else? That's it. Don't be like a fangirl and be like, oh, yo, let me get your picture. And then, like, you know, shit like that. I don't like bothering people like that. So for me, the photography and stuff, I like it to keep it cool.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how you doing? You know, this and that, you know? Like I told you, how my dad taught me to be a respectful young man.
Respectful and just respect boundaries of people.
Exactly.
Because that's a big issue right now, right? It's like celebrities, if you see someone, people think that they have the right to intrude their space and just like interrupt their dinner, their conversations. Like people don't even care. Like they treat them as if it were like they were
royal.
Public, not even that, like theirs. It's like you like, oh, like the reason that you got famous is because of me or whatever. So like they'll approach it with that mindset and then they'll think that, oh, Odell Beckham is my property, so I have the right to take a picture with him. But they don't realize that there are boundaries, just like you said. If he's in a social setting, if he's at a restaurant, in the movie theater, wherever, just let him, you know, go about his life. And if you want to tell him how much you respect him or whatever, the best way to do it, I think, is through silence and through boundaries and space and just, you know, treating them as human beings.
Yep.
Because that's what they are, essentially.
Exactly.
And that's actually one of the things that I truly believe in. It's like the idea of idols and like famous people, celebrities. It's like, oh, like who's your idol? Who's your role model? It's important to have people that you look up to, but I do believe that you have to give it a grain of salt, kind of. It's like, don't get obsessive. Like, don't get crazy. Like, oh, like I want to be just like Odell Beckham. I want to be just like J. Cole. I want to be just like. It's like, you can get inspired by them, but use them as inspiration.
Exactly.
You know,
you don't have to be exactly like them.
No.
Remember, you're your own person. You're your own
individual
energy.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to be like him. You don't like, oh, yo, I want to be an eagle.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. It's like, it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
So you said that you got into photography because it does a lot for you.
It does a lot for me. I
Like
did
what,
photography back in high school, so I just picked it up again. It helps me out, like I said, just like mentally, and physically too, because I walk a lot with photography.
Yeah.
If I can walk the destination, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
What's your creative process in like you? All right, let's say that you're not working for anybody. You're on a day walking in New York City. Like, what goes in through your head to like pick a shot and pick a certain object, a certain angle? Like,
if I find that like I want to take a picture and I know like it captures my eye. It's like, for example, like a lot of people shoot homeless people and always put a quote on it.
Motivational quote.
Yeah, motivational
like
quote or anything.
Yeah.
For people to see, you know, and it's cool, you know, doing that. But when I see like, if I see like, you know, I'm in the city and it's raining and I take a picture of like, you know, Times Square, I can put a quote on it and then blah, 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 you know, and keep it there. But
do you think that it has to do with like how you're feeling in that moment?
Yeah,
like,
it does too.
If you're feeling kind of, just like you said, kind of quote unquote depressed, kind of down, and then you're in Manhattan and it's raining, then you can like think of like a dope motivational quote that inspires you or something, or take a picture.
Same thing with being happy.
Yeah.
You can be happy and still do good. Like, for example, I shot with this girl today, Tanya.
Shout out Tanya.
Feel me? Yeah. But yeah, no, I did some cool stuff with her today.
Yeah.
I dropped a picture on Instagram today, actually, and I was gonna write a quote.
Actually, pull that up right now.
I was actually gonna write a quote, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just leave it plain.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't put a caption at all?
Nah, I just put my hashtags of what I had to do.
Okay,
you know?
Let's check that out. All right, so this is the latest one. Okay, so explain this picture to me. Like, how would you explain this to a person that doesn't? Let's say
honestly,
actually no, wait. Let's say that you just took this picture and you're trying to sell it to me.
Yeah.
Why should I buy this picture?
It can have meaning to you because of the wires and the lights in front of her face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people can just look at it like, I can look at it a different way. So like the way I would look at this picture right now is like, you're behind something and you're trying to get out of it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, other people would have different opinions on the picture.
Can I tell you what my interpretation is?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So do you know those bob wires that like prisons have and stuff that kind of keep people contained? Just like wires, like fences and stuff that if you touch it, you'll get
electrocuted.
Yeah. So to me, this picture is, for example, I can interpret it as what you perceive to be containing you and limiting you can actually be the source of your light. So instead of looking at your problems and your adversity as something dark and something dull, you can see that the fence or those wires are actually the source of her light. So, and then behind her, it's completely dark.
Yep.
So darkness and adversity is just a matter of perception. So you can find light in things that you wouldn't really expect.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're surrounded by darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my interpretation of it.
I like it. Yeah. I really do like it.
Yeah.
With my pictures, like, I don't care what, like, people can have their own opinions in their picture and my pictures. I don't care. Yeah. That's why it's out there, you know? Yeah. So it can inspire people, have their own opinions, and be like, yo, thank you for dropping this picture, man. Yeah. Like, you inspired me. You know, you motivated me to like do something better for myself. I have a lot of pictures here, honestly, that people can see. Like, for example, I dropped a party picture. It's this one right here with my boy Mike Turner. Shout out to Mike Turner.
Mike Turner, yep.
And then
passed out,
having a good time. Life is a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then with that same picture, if you go back to Mike's, right? I have another picture with her too. So if you click next, right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That right there.
So that
I felt like a college movie.
That captured a completely different mood too,
yeah,
right? It's
exactly.
Like her facial expression, his reaction to her.
Yep.
Engaging in his shoulder, what's going on behind them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
To me, this picture was like, bam. I already know like what this picture is in my head. It's like a party. You know, it literally, like, it is a party though. It literally is. And then like what I wrote on it, it was just like I said, life is a movie.
Yeah.
So you're writing your own story.
No, of course.
You know.
Yeah, and I also always like to say that you're the protagonist of your own movie. So we all live life through our lenses. You're
a director to your own movie. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I like that because you can control whatever you're doing in life.
100%. And it's crazy to me because like I consider myself an over analytical person. So I'll look at certain pieces, just like I kind of explained my interpretation of this one. That's what I like about photography and about art in general. It's like a piece of art is up to multiple interpretations, just like you said. Like it can inspire someone. It just depends on the mindset that you approach it. So for example, that party one, where is it? This one. So this one, for example, right? There's a duality here. Like there's a strong contrast between what's going on behind here. Like it's festive, it's partying, and then you have her face that presents certain sadness and certain depressive nature, and then his reaction of just concern with her mood, and then you focused in on this engagement right here, and then in the back, it's just like, it's dope. Like it's a dope shot because of that, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, and then it captures just like the multiple, you know, that life is a party, but you can also, you know, have your down moments or whatever.
Exactly.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So okay, so like you were studying physical therapy.
Yeah.
So how long did you go about doing physical therapy? For a minute?
Nah, not even a year.
Not even a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe 1 semester, 2 semesters.
Yeah, around there.
Probably.
Yeah. I just gave up. I'm like, fuck this shit.
What was the moment that you just made that decision? Like what ignited that flame? That's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this isn't for me, dog. Like I was like, nah, I can't do this.
When though? Like
my second semester.
But what was happening?
Well, a lot actually. My dad was just, you know, he's like, yo, have you done your homework? Mm-hmm. Have you done this? Have you been studying? That's what got me, you know. I was like, yo, I just hate studying, man. Like something I don't even love anymore. Yeah. And that's why, and then bam.
So you got into it because of your love of sports?
Yeah. I love sports, man. Okay. Like if I can play, like if I wasn't, you know, injured, I would play it all my life.
And you're injured how?
2 concussions.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Football, and one from doing some stupid shit.
Oh shit.
You know, tore labrum, broken thumb, 3 sprained knees.
All in football.
Sprained wrist. My sprained wrist was like falling off a bike. Okay. My first time spraining my knee was from basketball. Second time was from football. Same thing again from football. Concussion was from football. The second concussion was from doing something my boy did, but I thought I could do it too. And then there was a metal piece of like a big thick like metal piece, and then
they just hit you
right there.
So explain to me, like, run me through the whole concussion thing. Like, how does that process?
It sucks. Like, it feels like you're like literally like your head's on fire. You can't go to sleep. You go to sleep, you're dead. Yeah, literally.
I've heard that too. Like if you hit your head, you can't fall asleep.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll never wake up again.
Yep. That's why back in the back in the day, right? With what do you call those people? Cavemen, I think.
Cavemen. Yeah.
So like, back then they didn't know what a concussion was, so they left that guy right there, just there. You know, like they couldn't really tell him like, oh, wake up, or else you're gonna die. They didn't, like he literally, like that person just died.
Would die.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's great. Have you ever been knocked out?
Hell yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
How? Like through football? Fights?
It was in middle school. I was in I think the 8th grade, and some kid threw a ball at me. Right?
Football?
Nah, just soccer. Like a gym ball, like a big like gym ball to work out, right? Yeah. And he threw one at me, right? And you know, me being the person that I was back then, I was like, all right, I had enough of this shit. Like, I'm gonna just go tell the gyms here. Okay. And then he came from behind and punched me. And
then you got knocked out.
Yeah. He punched me. He dead ass like sucker punched me.
Yeah.
You know? And he just knocked me out.
Do you think that you might have?
Oh no, I would have killed him.
No, but do you think that you might have had another concussion with that?
Nope.
Knockout? No.
Nope.
You sure?
They checked everything.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that really was bothering me is just like my mouth.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I get aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
So like if I get into a fight and I start punching, I won't stop punching. Like I have to get myself back in my body and be like, yo, you gotta stop.
Yeah, focus.
You're gonna kill this man.
Contain yourself.
Yeah. You're really gonna kill him. I don't like fighting because it's really stupid. Yes, you know, I've done jiu-jitsu, this and that, obviously for, you know, to protect myself. I don't like fighting because, you know, like, what if you hurt that person, or what if that person hurts you, and then you end up in the hospital, and then your life might be over, you know? You never know. You may end up as a vegetable, you know?
Of course.
That's why I don't like fighting.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. You can talk about it and be a fucking man, you know, and be like, have a straight up conversation, you know? But no, a lot of people just like, you know, I want to beat the shit out of you. I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to fucking shoot you and all that stuff. What does that get you, really? You just killed someone's daughter or son.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just not worth it.
Yeah, you don't have
that
the power or the right
to take someone else's life.
Yeah, exactly.
What made you get into jiu-jitsu, and when did you get into that?
Jiu-jitsu. I started watching this movie called Never Back Down.
Of course.
And that really got to me.
Everybody
that inspired me to do it because I was like, fuck it. Like, why not
great.
like jump in, you know? Yeah. And I watched, WWE, obviously, but we knew all that when we were attending that shit was fake.
SmackDown, Raw.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Good vibes, you know?
That shit was dope.
But since I got older, I was like, excuse me. When I got older, I was like, I'm gonna jump into jiu-jitsu, see how that goes. I came back to it. I didn't really come back to it. I went back to one class, and I was rusty. I got kicked in the face from one of my opponents, like, one of my boys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
Fuck it.
I was like, yo, I got rocked in the nose.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready for that. So, like, I stopped for a little bit. I might go back in the near future. Who knows? I just like it because it helps you a lot.
Yeah.
You know? Same thing with sports. I wish I can go back to sports, man. If I wasn't hurt, I would love to go back to sports.
Yeah.
I would like to play football again. You know?
Yeah.
But we all know that you can't go back.
Yep.
Just because you're not in
football,
high school or you're not like professional player.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, like, football is a very dangerous sport, right? Because of like the head injuries and stuff, like the concussion, CTE. It's just one of the more aggressive ones, and like your brain is the most, like, one of the most valuable organs that you have. It's like if you fuck up your brain, then like that's it. That's it.
Basically. Would I put my kids in football? No.
Yeah.
Would I let them play when they're older, like 10, maybe 15? Fuck yeah. You know?
Try it out, yeah.
Just because as a young kid, you don't want to have you wanna be like alive when you're a kid, you know? You want to do your own little things, you know?
Yeah.
But once it gets to a certain age, right, and you fucked up your brain as a young kid, it's gonna catch up to you, and you're gonna be like having problems concentrating, doing certain things, stuff like,
cognitive
how to
stuff,
use a camera, how to use PS4 or anything, or Instagram. You're gonna have problems. So that's why I would never put my kid in hardcore sports until he's maybe 10 or 15. Not even 15, maybe 12. Put him in good training, because without training, right, you're not gonna be good, and you might get hurt. So that's why I would never put my kid in any type of crazy sports. Would I put him in jiu-jitsu and MMA? Yeah, but at the age of 10 or maybe 15.
Yeah, older.
So.
No, sports is definitely one of the main building blocks of just character.
Yep.
So, for example, jiu-jitsu is one of the main sports that I actually want to get into, but I want to do it when I have more time. So maybe in the near future, when I have more time and more just energy to devote to something and actually dedicate, then I'll start jiu-jitsu. Because every person that I've spoken with who has done jiu-jitsu, like, they always talk about the infinite benefits that it brings to you. So it brings you, character building benefits. It helps building the character and ultimately the person you are, or the person that you will become. And so, and sports for kids, like, I don't think I would ever put my kid in like football personally, but I would put them in like jiu-jitsu and just like anything that teaches them how to lose. Yeah. Because like kids need to learn how to lose.
They need to nowadays, because it teaches you a lot, Yeah. And then, okay, so if you lose, right? It's good.
Yeah, of course.
Because winning is it's not always good. Because then you're just gonna be cocky.
Yeah.
I would never want my son or daughter to be cocky.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna get to them crazy shit like that. Yeah. I would like my kids to lose, because they can learn from their mistakes. They can learn what they did wrong, go back to what they did wrong, and then learn, and then do it again, but even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they learn
grow
from their mistakes.
That. Yeah. Don't be an asshole and be like, oh yeah, I won all the time, yo. Like, your team is trash. Yeah. Like, nah, bro. I don't like that type of energy.
And life's not always winning.
Exactly.
So you'll always
remember,
lose.
there's always gonna be up and downs, regardless of what you
100%.
do.
Yeah.
Doctor, teacher, dancer, photography, anything that you do in life, there's always going to be up and downs. I don't care
how good you are.
How good you are. Yeah. I don't. I'm not even good at I'm not even that good at photography, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think I am. Remember, I take a lot of like losses sometimes. I learn from that. You know?
Yeah.
So if I wasn't learning from that, I wouldn't be the person I am today. You know? Yeah. You know, how I am as a person.
Yeah.
I might be shy, but like, but there's a limit from my shyness. Like, I need to grow the fuck up and be like, yo, listen, you gotta get out of this like situation. It's not good for you. Like, you can't be like this.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not like it's not gonna get you anywhere being shy.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of your comfort zone.
That's interesting. Because I'm an introverted person, right? And despite what people might think or whatever, because I'm doing this podcast, and this podcast is actually an exercise for me to be more extroverted. So with the podcast, I'll invite strangers, I'll invite people who I don't really know. I'll just reach out to like random people who I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And then I'll sit down with them and just have a conversation, and that forces me to get out of my comfort zone, just like you said, and you know, seek engaging with different ideologies and different perspectives. And it's great, man. Just getting out of your comfort zone is the main, you know, building block to advancing in life.
Exactly.
Because no growth is found in the comfort zone. Like, you'll never grow from there.
Exactly. Like, you just got to get out of that.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for some people. Not all the people. Some, you know.
Yeah.
But once you get out of that, you're going to be one happy kid, one happy girl, you know? But... yeah, I honestly, I hope my photography keeps on going and that I never stop.
Yeah.
You know? I hope I inspire little kids to be better than themselves when they get older, you know? I want everyone to be successful. But be successful in a smart way.
How so?
How do I say? Like, don't be like Logan Paul, right? And well, not Logan Paul. My bad. Let me rewind that. You know how people be posting a lot of shit on Twitter, YouTube, and all that stuff, and then like this is how you became successful because of like bad energy that you were putting out there. For some people, they want to see it. Some people don't.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's fine. It's just like, that's how I became successful. Yeah, in a bad way.
Yeah.
Not in a smart way where you are teaching young kids
just
on how to...
putting out positive value out there. Yeah.
Not bad vibes.
Yeah.
Anything like that. You
so
know?
What's your definition of success? Like, to you? Like, all right, so if I were to give you like a blank canvas right now and I were to tell you, all right, Dave, paint me a picture of what success looks like to you, what would you paint? Or if you could, just like paint.
Me having a happy family. Having them, well, for me, having my own house, having my own studio, that's success. Having... how do I would like to help kids, and that would be my success, you know? Anywhere I can help them, that I would be like, yo, I'm doing something that can benefit, yeah, and I can be successful in this if I keep going at it.
Okay.
You know, photography, I want to be successful in this, so I'm gonna keep fighting my way through this.
Yeah.
And that's how I would become successful. Other than that, I don't know. I really can't like.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I can't explain as much. But.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like anything, like football, work out, do whatever your coach tells you to be successful. If you want to be in the NFL, you got to work hard. You got to be successful when you get there. You be like, oh shit, I did it. Congrats. You know, I'm successful now.
Yeah.
Are you really though?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think success is like a place you get to, you know, like I think it's the whole process.
Exactly.
Just like you said, like you'll get into the NFL, but then there's a new definition of success now because you're surrounded by different circumstances. You're wealthy.
You can have a Nikon or a Sony, right? Nikon, Sony, right? Oh shit, he's better than me because he has like a better camera.
Better equipment, yeah.
Like, no, I don't care what equipment you have.
Yeah.
This is because I took, you know, I finance my stuff, you know? You can still shoot good pictures with a shitty camera.
It's how you
use your vision, you know? You can start out with your phone. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Be like, you know, obviously you get a regular job so you can get a better camera, you know? So your pictures can come out clear.
Yeah.
You know, but like Nikon's still fine. Canon's still fine.
No,
you know? Yeah. I don't care if you have a $13 or a $20 camera. It still works, right?
It's not the tool that defines a person.
Exactly.
It's not the instruments. So you talk a lot about helping kids. When you say that, what do you mean by that? Helping kids as in like...
I want them to be successful on what they do. I don't want bullies to bully them. I want them to be like, I don't care what you're saying to me. I'm still going to be on top of you because no matter what you do to me to try to hurt me, I'm still going to be rising above you because you're just being a rude person to me. I don't know what I've done to you, you know, for you to be treating me this way.
So do you think that your want to be a role model for these kids is because maybe you lacked one when you needed one?
Yeah.
So you're trying to be the person that you wanted to be there.
I don't have friends.
Okay.
I know people. Believe me, I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're my friends.
Okay.
I have like maybe 2 to 3, maybe 5 good friends. You know? But I don't have like real like a lot of, I don't have a lot of friends. I know people, but like those 5 people, they're good people. I fuck with them. If they know who they are, they know who they are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
what defines a good friend for you?
A good friend is that's there to support you, to keep pushing you when you're down. Okay. If you want to talk about your problems, or just hang out, you know. Yo, you want to come down with me to Coney Island? Or you want to come down to me with me to Cali on vacation, you know? Obviously, I would pay for my own trip.
Yeah.
And we can have fun, man, you know? Yeah. It's all about having fun with your friends.
Okay.
But for me, I don't have a lot, so I don't get invited to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I can get to work on my own stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So that for me, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
No, yeah.
So, you know? It's
not
like a win-win.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm 100% like that too, where I keep my circle very small. So I wouldn't say I have like trust issues, but I'm very cautious with like, you know, when it comes to trust and respect. And I just want to touch on respect because, you know, I get what your dad said about like, you know, be respectful. I think that being respectful and respecting... Like being respectful and giving someone respect to me are like 2 different things in a sense where I'm respectful with everyone. You know, like I'll, you know, treat everybody equally. Like I'm huge on like treating the janitor with the same respect as you treat the CEO of a company. You know, like it's with the same, you know, being respectful. But respect to me like is like full respect is mainly earned in a sense. So like someone has to earn my respect. And then once they earn my respect, then they'll earn, you know, like other things that come with it.
Exactly.
But keeping your circle small, like that's definitely a prerequisite for you to, I guess, just move more effectively in life. Because if you're a person that's friends with everybody and has like all these friends and stuff, like that doesn't really benefit you in too many ways because it just gives you this false illusion of a support system that you don't really have.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like having that support system and just having people that you can rely on, like that's important.
Exactly. And it just keeps moving you forward.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, it doesn't drag you down.
Yeah.
Keeps building you up. Good positivity, good vibes and all that shit. Yeah. You know, it keeps you going, you know, like, oh yeah, they're supporting me. I just got to keep going and be better than myself, you know?
Every day.
Yeah. Every day. Every second. No matter what you're doing, no matter what's going on in your life, you know, just keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, good positivity. There's some people that need to work on that.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you can't work on it now, but eventually you would have to work on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I also think that support system, I've grown to realize that, because I went through a phase where I didn't really have much friends either. I still don't really have many friends. The friends that I truly have, I can count on one hand, basically. You know, like I can count on the fingers of one hand. But I went through a phase where I didn't really have any friends, right? And it was a very dark phase of my life. But what it taught me was, through isolation and through solitude, you can develop your own support system. So instead of you relying on other people to support your dreams and support your ambitions and support your endeavors and your objectives in life, you can do that for yourself.
Yep.
But that has to be cultivated. It has to be developed. It has to be nurtured. It has to be just curated so that it fits where you want to go in life and it fits your ambitions and your vision. But what people don't realize is that, like, for example, I know people who are dependent on friends, who are like, I'll only do this if my friends go. I'll only do this if my friends approve, or if my friends like certain clothing or certain shoes, I'll wear them.
They're not your managers, like,
they don't control your life.
Exactly. Yeah, you control your life.
So it's essential for you to find control, and then you'll resonate with people who are also in control of their own shit. Yeah. So once you find those relationships, then you can resonate and, you know, create that balance in that relationship, rather than depending on other people to fulfill something that you can curate and cultivate over time. But that, you know, you'll have to have energy for that and have to commit to that, and committing to finding yourself and finding your own person. And with social media, things kind of get very tricky, because, you know, you have all of these false illusions of friendships and all of these quote unquote supporters who are there liking your pictures and they comment and stuff. But when it comes to real life shit,
they're not there.
They're not there. Like,
they don't give a fuck about you.
Most of them aren't there. Like, again, those, you know, very small numbers that you can actually count on, like, those are the ones that actually count at the end of the day. So
like I said, those 5 people, they would help you out. They will help me out.
Yeah.
But like the rest, like you said, commenting, liking, sharing, when you're down, they're gonna be like, all right, fuck them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like, people like to support when it's convenient for them.
Exactly.
So it's like, people will do things that are convenient. And so even if you put out a new picture, or let's say that you put out a video on YouTube, if you ask people to, like, hey guys, click on this link and check it out, people won't do it because it's too much energy. It's too much like, oh, click on the link.
Yeah,
like, he wants me to go out of my way to support him.
Yeah,
like,
word.
Like, why the fuck would I do that?
Exactly.
And then, like, that's literally like 90% of the people, right? And then those few that actually support and actually believe in you, like, those are the people that you have to give your attention to.
Yep.
And it takes a lot for you to, like, learn how to read people and learn how to read behaviors and, you know, pattern recognition, data chunking. It's like you learn how to pick them out in the crowd, basically. But yeah, man, it's like, support yourself. Like, that's what I'm always about. So you have to have that mindset of, like, people say, like, oh, for example, are you a fan of Kanye?
Yeah. I've listened to his music, not the new recent music, but like, I fuck with his old shit,
the classics.
You know, like Heartless, you got you know, Gold Digger, all that stuff. You know, those good songs that he used to have before.
So basically, like, I fuck with him a lot, to a point where I really connect with his ideology, right? Like, he's all about, like, if you believe in your own greatness, be the first one to shout it out.
Yeah.
You know, like, people will mistake belief with egotism, with like being egotistic and being full of yourself. But I think that you have to have that certain mindset for you to get anywhere in life. Because if you don't believe in your own potential, if you don't say to yourself, like, every morning, like, hey, I'm the greatest photographer, or I will be the greatest photographer.
You know what I always say every time I take a picture? Like, that shit is fire. And some people might be like, yo, that shit is trash. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That you think it's trash. For me, that shit is fire. Like, I don't care what you say.
And that's all that matters, because at the end of the day, you're doing it for you.
Exactly. Right? I'm not doing it like, okay, maybe some pictures I am. Maybe some pictures I'm not. Yeah. Obviously, some pictures, I quote them.
Yeah.
Because I want people, to be inspired. Other than that, you can say whatever you want. I don't care. I just think my pictures are more fire than they were before.
And you'll attract the right people. So, like, for example, even if you're working with a client, obviously, if the client says, like, hey, like, could you, I don't know, turn up the white balance or whatever, or turn up the lighting or exposure, then you'll have to kind of pivot and do what the client is asking, because they're paying you for it. But then, like, your work, like your true work, like the work that you put out, for example, the photo shoot that you did with Tanya, right? Like, that's more like a personal thing, right? It's like a vision thing. So then people, prospective clients and people who are interested or looking for a photographer, they'll go on your page, and then they'll see that, specific type of work that's specific to you. Like, it's your expression. It's like, it's who you are. And then they'll resonate with that, or they won't. And then, just like you said, like, they'll either say like, yo, this shit's fire, I want to work with you, or they'll just say like,
fuck them,
whatever. Yeah. So they'll always have opinions about you, and that's something that you shouldn't give a fuck. And you're already doing that, which is 100% right. It's like, fuck you. If you don't,
I can post a picture of a cat and be like, yo, the way he is right now, yo, that motherfucker fire right now, bro. Like,
and just put edits on it.
Exactly.
And just do whatever.
Don't do crazy shit, but like, do something that it's not like overdo, like it's cool. Don't overdo, because overdoing, then you're gonna be like, oh, this shit is trash.
And then it'll look tacky and wacky and
But
shit.
then again, some people might think it's fire.
Yeah. It's all about perspective. It's all about, and everybody has the right to have their own opinion nowadays. You know, like, that's something that I've realized as well, and I've learned through time. Like, you have to learn, right? Because it's very easy for you to say like, oh, like, I don't care about what people say, but everybody kind of cares about it, because, everybody has ego, and you put a lot of work into your projects, and you put a lot of heart and soul. And so having someone, a random stranger, just say like, yo, I don't fuck with that, or that shit's trash, it kind of hurts you a little bit. But over time, you realize that that's inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, you'll have people that, and a lot of times it's just them projecting insecurities. It's just like them saying like they can't do it themselves, so they'll tell you that, that your shit's trash, or they're insecure, or maybe secretly inside their dream is to be a photographer, but they're insecure to pick up a camera and try it themselves. So they'll see someone doing something that's creative and that's outside of the comfort zone, outside of the box, and then they'll be the first to trash you and pull you down.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, a lot of people come to me like, how do you do this? Like, what got you into photography, and how long did it take you to learn this stuff? And I told them, it's time. Time.
Yeah, it takes time. Everything takes time. Yeah.
And the more time you put in it, the better you're gonna be.
Yeah. Have you ever heard about the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell?
To be honest with you, man, I don't read.
Okay.
I do not read.
It's fine.
But if in the near future, I'm thinking about reading books, man. Don't get me wrong. Even though I have a hard time like reading some sentences, I would still like to read.
Yeah, of course.
Just because reading, I feel like for me, I can be inspired.
Yeah.
I can feel better. Training my brain.
Yeah.
From little words, medium words to bigger words.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah.
If you're reading a good book, I don't know. What was this book this girl was reading? I think it was called Brain on Fire or something. Because there was also a movie. I don't know if it's on Netflix though.
Is it Man on Fire?
No. Like brain like her fire. Brain was on fire. Like but yeah, I think it's on Netflix. I don't know what it is. Yeah. YouTube probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And nowadays it's very easy for you to consume books because you don't have necessarily like read it. You have like audiobooks. So I
don't like audio.
No.
I would want to read my own book. I would like to like physically pick up a fucking book and be like, yo, all right, next.
And just thumb through it.
Next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just listening to audio because audio, right? let's say I had something on, right? You're listening to it, but like sometimes you might be dozing off.
Yeah, it's hard to concentrate.
Yeah, so you gotta like be like back and forth, you know? With reading, you're literally you're looking at your phone.
Either you read it or you don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe if you're in a car, maybe, but then again, I don't want you to do that because you might get into a car accident.
Yeah.
So, you know?
Yeah, but basically, the reason why I brought the book Outliers up, which is actually this one right here, Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, it inspired this whole podcast, and it inspired like Fiber Fitness, everything. It's for Outliers by Outliers. So the reason why I brought it up is because there's this rule that's called the 10,000 hour rule, which is basically if you were to divide it, let's say your passion is photography. If you were to invest 6 or 7 hours every single day for 4 years, every single day, 6, 7 hours, you either pick up a book about photography, you read about the history, you become a professional, real professional at photography, you know everything about it. In 4 years, after you've undergone that process and acquired 10 hours of like studying, 10,000 hours studying something, you become a world-class level in that profession. So that goes for everything, basketball, anything you want to like start doing and you want to master, that's how long it takes. So basically he gets like Bill Gates and he gets like all these very, very, very successful people, and he just explains how they got to that success. And of course, luck plays into it, opportunities, you know, like if you know the right people and then networking. But it's so interesting to me because like time is the only thing that's keeping you away from doing something. And then people want to put all of these excuses in the middle and they want to hold themselves back and say like, oh, like, I'm not a professional photographer because of this and this and this, because I don't have money, because I don't have this, I don't have that. But it's all these like obstacles that you place for yourself kind of, and you're just holding yourself back. But if you have the commitment and the, you know, courage to actually pursue it, then you're good.
Yeah.
And you're fucking, and
you're doing amazing for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you're stepping out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we basically touched on like all of the questions that people asked, except for the last one, which is if you were to die tomorrow, right? So let's talk about this right now. If you were to die tomorrow, if you knew, actually no, not tomorrow because it's already, well,
I know what you mean though.
It's like 12 o'clock. So let's say that you just woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, you have the whole day ahead of you, right?
Yeah.
But once the clock hits at night, 12 o'clock, you just die. You'll just fall to the floor and you'll just die. So you have a whole day. What would you do in your last 24 hours on this earth? What would you do? Realistically speaking. Like actually do, like not like, oh, like I would go buy a gun and just shoot everything. You know, like you could do that, but only if you really feel like that's what
then you gotta do. Like, you know, scram to another universe.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of like,
woke.
Avoid.
You know?
Hashtag woke.
Woke. I'm woke. Yeah. You're woke. Nah, bro. Yeah. Anyway, I would wow.
That's a hard question, yeah.
I would try to succeed in these 24 hours that I have left in my life, right? Mm-hmm. Get kids to be motivated on what they want to do, help adults get out of the depression and keep going, moving it forward, you know, getting out of their comfort zone again. Same thing with little kids. Save the planet.
Okay.
I hate when people litter. Mm-hmm. I used to do it myself when I was younger because, you know, being little kids, we didn't give a fuck where we threw the garbage.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
But now I am very, like, cautious what I do with the garbage. Like, for example, right? I came back from the beach the other day, right? And I was eating some pizza. And I'm like, oh, I don't have a garbage. So, you know what? I'm going to keep it in my bag because throwing it out the window is not normal. Yeah. Like, you're a sick fuck. Yeah. Like, you're really going to treat the planet that you're living in like garbage.
All you care about is yourself. If
exactly.
You do that. Yeah.
Like, I understand sometimes you keep your room dirty, but like...
Yeah, the planet
is like, exactly. This is where you, like literally live. You know, like without a planet, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You know, like we would just be energy floating in space or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
So you would do all those things, but how would you do that in 24 hours?
Good question. Obviously, I would wake up at 5 and be like, "Yo, listen, we're gonna do this for 3 hours. We're gonna get you guys going, right? After those 3 hours are done,
with the kids, you mean?
With the kids,
yeah.
Keep them moving. Go with adults now,
and then just talk to them.
Talk to them. Just, you know,
go into a room.
Yeah, be like, "Yo, what's up? Tell me what's good." You know, get that over with, and then with those other things, I would try to save the world in like the 12 hours that I have left.
And how would you plan on doing
that? I would go to the nearest recycling companies and be like, "Yo, we got to do this ASAP. We got to clean these oceans. We got to clean the streets. We got to clean everything in a matter of 12 hours." And just to keep the planet safe and you guys safe from dying.
Yeah.
You know? And then, you know, keep 3-4 hours with them. And then the rest of the things I would do, it would be like, see what you guys can do when you guys come together. Successful, clean, and not depressing people. Okay. You know?
So basically have a conversation with people. Yeah. So have conversation with the recycling companies, with adults, with kids and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, would you want your kids to die in pain because the way you're treating the planet? What if another earthquake or hurricane or meteor showers? Yeah. It's your fault. You're doing this to your kids. Remember this. You say you love your kids so much, yet you're the same people that keep throwing garbage on the floor, and yet you want to keep your kids safe.
Yeah,
you're a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, it's a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah,
that's interesting. So it's a conversation. Yeah, I've thought about this when I read the question. Like I started thinking, it's a very hard question. It's very hard to answer on such like short notice.
Yeah.
But I would do something similar. I would I don't know. I feel like I would want to convey a message too, right? The first thing I would do, I would wake up 5 a.m. I would probably like sit down like right here and just start writing in like a final essay type shit. I would maybe devote, a few hours to that, and then I would turn on one of these cameras and just, sit down here and just talk into the camera and convey the message, my final message, and whatever that message may be. Again, I can't think right now off of the top of my head, but yeah, I would convey that message, put that video out, hand it to my family members, send it to people I care about. And then once I did that part, I would just go do shit that, I don't know, just go do shit I like. I would work out for the last time. Yeah. I would eat anything and everything I want.
Oh, my bad. I forgot that too.
Yeah.
I would literally, in my 3 hours left of life probably, I would go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, McDonald's.
I would, no.
You don't fuck with McDonald's?
Nah, that shit is gross.
Yeah.
I would go to Chick-fil-A, Smash Burgers.
Yeah, Five Guys.
Five Guys. Avos. Shout out to Avos in Cliffside.
Okay.
Because they have Mediterranean food. I fuck with their food. It's a nice place too. Yeah. But yeah, I would eat their food. Literally.
Yeah.
I would stuff myself like with their, their gyros. Whatever they have, I would just eat. Same thing with Smash Burgers, like you said, Five Guys.
Yeah.
Wendy's, I'd fuck with Wendy's.
Wendy's pretty good.
Wendy's, yeah, it is pretty good.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, Chinese food.
Chinese food, yeah. Yeah, so eating would be a big one for me. I would seek disclosure with people I feel I need to, meaning I would, hit up people who, maybe it's people that I've had like a bad past with, people who I feel a certain resentment towards, people who maybe I don't like, people who, like people who have affected me in a way that makes me uncomfortable. I do have a few of those people right now, which I'm not very proud to say. But hopefully, you know, over time, maybe given the right opportunity, I'll resolve those issues. But at that moment, in those 24 hours, I would definitely do that. So maybe, you know, hit them up, try to meet with them in person, and try to just get my perspective and the reason why we're in that situation across to them, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so communicating with people as well, the message, eating. And then, I don't know, like things that are easily accessible. It's like, I obviously, 24 hours, you can't travel the world. You can't.
But what you can do,
you could go to a specific destination.
Yeah.
Like, I would choose one destination.
Remember, we have technology.
Yeah.
So you can pick that one location you want to be in and have, like we have here set up, right? Camera, phone, right? Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, anything that's, you know, live, right?
Yeah.
And those 24 hours, you can reach those 7 billion people we have on this earth, right? And let them know what's up, how to be successful.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily go to a certain space, to a certain location to just like talk to people, to be honest. I would do that through the message that I record in the morning, right? But I would go to Greece, I think. I would go to Greece because Greece is where the entirety of just Western thought and Western consciousness and just everything kind of came from Greece, right?
Yeah.
So I would want to die in Greece, I think. That's the, you know, and I've never been there before, so I can't really say like which spot.
Yeah.
But I would, you know, spend a few hours in Greece, feel it out, and then just choose a certain space where, you know, I don't know. Again, it's a very hard question. Shout out to Victor for suggesting this question, but yeah, that's basically it. So a lot of communicating, basically.
Yeah, communication is key.
Yeah.
You know, everybody says that, which is true because, you know, without communication, some things could go wrong.
Yeah. And so speaking about communicating, and just to wrap this episode up, because we've done already 1 hour and almost an hour and a half. So I don't know if you've seen past episodes, but at the end of each episode, what I like to ask the guest is to stare into that camera right there. You are now on the world stage. Every human being, every living person on this planet right now has an earpiece plugged in. And everything you say and utter into that microphone will be translated into their language so they'll understand you clearly. And you have this opportunity now to convey a message to them, like something, because you spoke about inspiring, about motivating. So right now you have that opportunity and people are listening in. People are seeing you speak right now, and you have this opportunity to stare into that camera. What would you convey to those people? What would you tell them? What's your message?
No matter how hard life is, remember that someone would always have a harder life than you, and you can teach them how to become better than they were yesterday. Just because what people telling you that you're not good enough, it doesn't matter what they say. It matters what you do for yourself to keep you moving and just living your best life.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's a great message. Yeah.
Other than that, just ignore all the hate, the negative messages that are getting through, you know, passed to you through other people. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
You know, rise above.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And just focus on your own intuitions and on your goals and your love for whatever it is. If it's photography, if it's sport, if it's whatever.
Dude, you can collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't give a fuck what you do. As long as you love what you're doing, it's fine. You know, like you found your passion.
Yeah.
And I am happy for you that you did find your passion because it's pretty hard for people to find their passion.
A lot of people go through their entire life without finding their passion.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I feel like for them, they're like, yo, I just wasted my life. Like literally, like I was born and then bam.
Born and then you just went through the motions and now you're dead.
Yeah. You're basically, you came into like
Existence.
Like, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Is it your fault?
Yeah.
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 But like at the beginning, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
And the end is where it really matters.
Yeah.
And the end, you're gonna be like, yo, like, imagine you die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, you're looking at your body,
mm-hmm.
right? And your energy, and you're looking at your soul, and you're like,
yeah,
I treated this
vessel
yeah, that I call my body like shit.
Yeah.
Because I didn't give a fuck about this body or what I did with it. I just came here to live life, but I did it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And therefore, I would be like, I apologize, even though I can't come back to you.
Yeah, there's no going back.
I hope that there's better things for me in a different body.
Yeah.
Because what I did to you, I don't know how I can live with that, Like, yeah. I wouldn't, like, let's say you leave your body, right, for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, you literally, you're just, your soul is like right here.
Yeah.
And you're talking to everybody around you. And then you're like, yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry for treating you like shit. And now I feel like shit because I'm dead. Yeah. And I treated everyone that like shit. And I wish I can get another opportunity to become a better energy for my body.
Yeah.
Not negative energy, but happy, positive energy to this vessel that you said is our body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't just have all in your life bad negative energy.
No, you can't.
You have some people that are so hard-headed, like, nah, I'm not doing this. Yeah. It's not gonna help me. I'm like, and then again, it's like, you're not trying.
Yeah.
You're saying this because you don't want to try, because you don't want to get out of here, because you don't want to be happy. You're just gonna be miserable all your life, and then bam, you die, and then, oh yeah, I'm great, I'm dead. I don't give a fuck.
It's too late.
Yeah. And even when they want to try in the last 2 seconds, right? Mm-hmm. They're like you said, it's too late. You can't do shit. You're dead. Peace. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
actually, it's hard. Obviously being alive,
Yeah. It's not easy.
It's not. Is it hard work? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is. But just keep it moving, Yeah, keep grinding. Find your passion. It can be football. It can be art. It can be becoming the best fucking seller of selling pens. I don't care what you do, Like, you can have a pen that writes for you.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you come up with that? You taught yourself how to be an engineer.
Yeah.
On anything.
Because you pursued your passion.
Exactly. You can make a flying ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rome didn't get built in a day, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
everything takes time.
Exactly. So if you make a flying ball, just like in the Harry Potter movie, that's it. You made it. You succeeded on what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question. And it's right. What is the most common reason for people failing or giving up?
Most common reason?
Yeah.
Aversion to pain. People aren't used to feeling pain, and people don't like feeling uncomfortable. So it's it's easier for you to just have a 9-to-5, have a regular job, have a boss, have somebody that, pays your medical bills, or, gives you reverence packages, gives you all of this structure, this frame. People like comfort. So the reason why people fail is because failure is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. Existence, life is constant pain. And pain is, it's relative pain. It's like, you're dying right now. You're getting older.
Exactly.
You're not getting younger. You're not getting, quote unquote, healthier. You can get less healthy, and that's where, working out comes into play.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's just avoidance of pain. People don't like it. People like
and you
comfort.
Know who reminds me of that?
Mm-hmm.
My boy.
Rick. Yeah, big Rick. Yeah.
He doesn't have emotions, man.
Yeah.
He hides his emotions, and that's not healthy.
Yeah, no.
He talks to Morty like he doesn't give a fuck about him, but then yet again,
he does have feelings.
He does have feelings for Morty.
Yeah.
Even though this conversation now may sound like it's ridiculous, it's true.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are like, yo, like, I don't give a fuck about you. And then, like, when he dies, you're like, fuck. Mm-hmm. You're like, he's dead. Can't bring him back.
No, you can't. It's too late.
But, like, I apologize when it's too late.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, if I was if I was an asshole, I'd be like, damn. All right, he's dead. Cool. Yeah, I guess. Cool. You know? Yeah. Like, that's what an asshole would say, you know, cool, I guess. Whatever. Move on. Yeah. He's dead. Like, no. Yeah. You can't have that. Yeah. No. I would throw that energy away. Yeah. If I could take people's energy, like their physical energy, I would shake them, be like, yo, like, get out of that. Like, get the fuck out. Like, yo, be you. Like, don't be, like, bad energy.
Like, stop.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It, like, I don't know. It's just me.
No, yeah.
You know? Like,
no, yeah,
I just want everyone to be successful. No, for sure. I don't care how old you are, honestly. Yeah. I just want... All right. I want you guys to be a better person than you were yesterday, because I know you can. You're beautiful in your own ways. Don't let anyone bring you down. If they do, just... Like I keep saying, keep it moving, because this energy that they're trying to get to you is no good, and you don't want that. Yeah. And if you come up with different stuff, make it better. Remember, you can always make things better, and just keep doing you, and just if you have bad friends that you know they're bad energy, bro, like just get them out of there. Just remove them. Just throw them out. You know, be like, yo, I can't hang out with you no more. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. So with that said, you know, think about what he just said. Think about the message. And yeah, man, that was hopefully, and I think it will, like, this episode will, you know, inspire someone out there. Like, someone will listen to it. Someone will, you know, watch it, resonate with something that you said, be it your, you know, hardships and relationships with your mother, be it, you know, your hardships in, like, sport, your injury. People, you know, like, they'll resonate with something. Yep. So they'll take something out of it. So yeah, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a part of this.
Man, no problem, man.
And it was dope, man.
That was a little too loud. I apologize for that.
No, it's fine. It's a part of it. It's part of the experience. So yeah, so this episode will be available soon on iTunes and YouTube. And it was episode
17.
17. I always forget the numbers of the episodes. But yeah, so that's a wrap, guys. Thanks again. And thank you again for coming on.
No problem.
That's it. You did.
Drop the mic.